So the year is the year of reckoning. It has been 308 years since the renowned explorer Ferdinand Magellan had been sent by the Spanish crown to attempt the first circumnavigation of the globe. When the Trinidad was born, of course, and the Trinidad is the ship he was sailing with, sending it on a journey ever from eventually the ship on humanity perceived its world and all lies beyond. The faithful detour with its crew arrived to the southernmost reaches of the world, drifting towards a desolate frozen landscape, covered by glaciers resembling a vast wall of ice encircling the world known. On its surface, the ice wall seemed to stand in an unconquerable barrier that forbid mankind from going any further. Yet, as they approached, Magellan and his crew felt an inexplicable compulsion to keep going. Even when an ominous color began to churn in the sky, when the frozen sea began to thaw and boil, and the moon lost its light, their urge to pursue the adventure only intensified. This compulsion grew into madness, as the sailors were free to navigate in terrible directions of their mind, and were not equipped and to comprehend. And the mighty glaciers began to crumble before them. Somehow, a fraction of the crew survived.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game. And we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You ever seen a
to the right side, here's Mayer. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Beyond the ice wall, and is this with its own continent? Science and 20 of the day, and I was going through it, but the replies to each thing.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. Got it open man, it's Josh Palmer. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Attacking the ice wall.
Ritter to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that plan any down.
On first down, they go to Jacobs again. Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up the 3-yard gain.
They'll come up second and 7.
Antarctica today is a hotbed of scientific activity. Scientists
out of the gun, here's Ritter. That's complete to Palmer. He is out of bounds inside the 35. 2 catches catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4-4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's until a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Esteemed U.S. Naval Officer and Explorer Admiral Richard Burnham, one of the first pilots to fly over both the North and South Poles.
On first down, Ritter. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10 now, it's Ritter.
Oh, come on, bro. He ran his route slow as hell.
They forced the turnover on the opening drive.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 44. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 46, here's the second and 8. On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Now Jackson going to shift him around. Jackson on third down. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Nate Hobbs there to bring him down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first and 3's in. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their 2nd drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Ritter here on 3rd and 2. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
How about the challenge we're seeing here in this game? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Going for it on 4th down. It's Ritter. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st down, here's Mitchell. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 24-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, Ritter. That's taken in by Palmer. He finds some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this 2nd quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another 1st down.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Dancing to his left. That's going to be caught. It's Chenot. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 33 yards that time.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw, Ritter. Dumps this one off to Algier. Touchdown! Tyler Algier from 8 yards out. And the Raiders are back within a score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Right back to Mitchell here. And he powers his way up past the 30. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd and 5. Try the right side with Mitchell. A beautiful fake. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Ravens had 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
A give, it's Jacobs up. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Now, that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Now Ritter to throw on first down. That's to the veteran tight end, Austin Hooper. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Off the option, here's Jacobs. To about the 35, second down. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action with Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage. A lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Play action. It's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
In motion left, Flowers.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First down, here's Ritter.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Ritter with it after the play fake. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd down and 13. Ritter.
Flush to his right.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
And now, before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Ravens first down. As they'll wind up getting close to 10 yards there. They only needed 1 on 4th and 1. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down. But they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it. And it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. On the counter, Mitchell. 132 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Another run with Mitchell. Down to the 25. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. At the
Now Ritter going to change up the look. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ritter on 1st and 10. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. Breaks a tackle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And now an audible here into something else. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Mayer, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now, their friend, as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. 2nd and 10. Jackson. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. The big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Now it's Jackson.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. To throw is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Gardner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Here's Ritter. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now Lamar changing the play. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Throwing now is Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now Ritter. Aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. Ritter. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with the offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing, Jackson. Connects with Duvernay. Into space at the 45. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Tucker now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Ritter looks to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Ritter. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That stops the clock, but slow and steady won't win the race at this point.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Ritter. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have the 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. 4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. He has Mayer complete. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Las Vegas, 1st down.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing now is Ritter. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.